Right now, the entire cryptocurrency market is plummeting, and the combination of all of the factors that we're seeing play out in just the last 24 hours is something that happens at most once per cycle. And it indicates what I firmly believe will end up being the best opportunity for crypto investors from here on out until the end of the cycle. Not only now is it just the Elon Musk, Tesla, Bitcoin news, but now as well, Binance, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, is under investigation by the Justice Department and IRS. Talk about a coordinated assault on crypto, and boy oh boy, this is not the first time we have seen something like this. Absolutely no time for jokes today, cowboys. Let's dump in. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, Freddy Fist, and this is the single biggest day of news so far of 2021 for cryptocurrency. This is we're going to be jumping into it and then talking about my thoughts as well, because there are so many things happening right now, not only in the news, but on the charts that have just lined up. Guys, it's absolutely insane. And this is just, if you're interested at all in crypto, today is the single day that you have to be paying attention. This is where the money is made. This is where the opportunity is. People can wait weeks and weeks and months for situations like this. And within the last 24 hours, guys, that is exactly what we're witnessing right now. An opportunity and a single seemingly coordinated assault on crypto. But again, this is not the first time we've seen this. It is the first time we've seen it in this bull cycle, but we've seen very similar things in the past, and I suspect it's probably always coordinated by the same entities or by the same media, the same people in power, whatever you want to call it. But this is new in the sense that this is an opportunity that does not come around often. This is absolutely insane. So you guys are doing channel these absolutely updates. Without any further ado, let's dump in. Absolutely wild, guys. So I have a lot of thoughts, and actually Kevin just tweeted this a minute ago, and this is perfect. I mean, I literally just started this video, and this is exactly what I was going to even just mention. This is the same stuff we saw in 2017. Random FUD stories, but all at the same time. And as well, this I think was 100% on purpose. And guys, before we go any further as well, let's take a look at this. It is not like Bitcoin was in the middle of a massive breakout when they decided to talk about this type of stuff. Elon Musk, Tesla, or the people that told them to do it, whatever the case is, this stuff is being talked about. The environmental issue, which is really not even an issue, it's been debunked time and time again, but this environmental story, which obviously was going to cause the price to tank, okay, there's not a single person on this planet that if you would have told them prior to Tesla announcing this, hey, do you think this will affect the price? Every single person on the planet would tell you, oh my gosh, Elon, if you tweet that is obviously going to dump the price. Clear as day, that's just fact. And as well, with that being said, Bitcoin has been trapped for 3 entire months, unable to break higher here. So the fact that this was going to dump on such news like we saw with the Tesla was even more guaranteed because of the already short-term bearish signal that Bitcoin has been giving off for weeks and weeks. It was 100% confirmed. Any insider that knew about what Elon and Tesla were going to announce yesterday, anyone would have told you, okay, as soon as that news goes out, this price is going to tank. Of course. There's no chance it would have done the opposite, right? And just hours later as well, the largest cryptocurrency exchange now announced they're under investigation by the Justice Department and the IRS here in the US. So again, absolutely obvious coordination there, because it's not the first time we've seen these 1-2 punches from the media or whoever you want to say is behind all of this breaking news. This has happened. It came at a perfect time in order to bring the market lower. Okay, so basically, what I'm saying here is everything that's happening today is going to push Bitcoin as low as it can go. And this is exciting because this is the biggest test for the cryptocurrency market. Because when it holds here, wherever it bottoms, this bad boy is going to absolutely catapult, springboard. This is what's going to give it the final push. Okay, we've been saying for weeks now that what I've been saying with Bitcoin's price structure is we do not have the juice to make that next leg up and hit 6 digits just yet. I think we needed more time. We needed to come down and touch on the 21 weekly moving average, which now we have. This news yesterday gave us exactly that. It gave us that touch on the 21 weekly moving average. So now we have that. We have the technical lined up with the fact that right now, all the negative news is getting unleashed at once. And I personally love that, because what that does for me, what I notice, it just brings extreme fear across the space. And the more extreme fear you get, what you get as a result later on, maybe a couple days, maybe a couple weeks, what happens after that in response is an equal resurgence to the upside, right? You cannot have a pump without a dump, and you cannot have a dump without a pump. So now on the charts, we have gotten our very first 21 weekly moving average pullback, which we got multiple times back in 2017. Okay, you can see it 1, 2, 3. I mean, you can count. I think it's like 5 or 6, maybe 7 times back then. We just got our very first one. And I read a tweet, maybe 20 or so minutes ago. Somebody said, if you zoom out, doesn't this look very bearish now? Literally the exact opposite. If you zoom out, this is exactly what a very bullish setup looks like. Right now, in the midst of everything, what is the herd doing? 99% of people are fearful right now. They're looking at this and they're thinking, oh my gosh, maybe Bitcoin was a scam. Look what Elon's doing, this, that, whatever. Price is going to keep dumping. Guys, I'll tell you right now, I have not been this turned on for the charts since back over a year ago in March of 2020. When I saw, I was watching this chart live, March 2020. I forget exactly what day it was. I think it was like the first or second week of March when we got the absolutely catastrophic crash right here. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is a weekly candle, but most of this dumpage was within a daily candle. When we got that, I watched Bitcoin break below 8K, then 7, then 6K, all the way down, even went into the $3,000 range. I was just thinking, you know what? This is a scenario that barely ever happens, maybe one out of a handful of times in the last 10 years. And what we're seeing right now is the closest we've gotten to that same situation since back in March of 2020. And guys, if you zoom out and you look on this chart, if you just look at everything leading up to this, and if you would see this at the far right, you would think, wow, this looks very bearish for Bitcoin, right? Well, you zoom out and you look into the future, it was the absolute most bullish signal for Bitcoin basically in history. And I think right now this is not as big as March 2020, obviously, but this is the closest we have gotten to a mixture of massive fear and very quick dumpiness, because right now there's a lot of fear in the market, and people that are, long timers in this space, or that have been in this space for a while, but people that have been in this space for a while, we know exactly what this means, what the fear means. What the fear means is opportunity. But yet another question, because as of right now, this market is being driven by news. As of this very minute, it is much more based on news. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time looking at the technicals. The biggest technical by far is that we hit the 21 weekly moving average. So I'm expecting at some point to strongly reverse here. Whether it takes a couple days, whether it takes a couple weeks, we'll have to see how it plays out. We have to see how quick and what actually happens with the price structure throughout the day. But this is where I'm getting extremely bullish here. But the bigger question is this, and I think everybody is confused about where exactly Tesla is coming from. And a part of me doesn't care, right? A part of me does not care at all. But a part of me also has to acknowledge how much influence it has, and if this actually could be spun into a positive for Bitcoin, even from Elon himself. Because what his tweet specifically says here, because it's important to look at what it is actually saying, Tesla's not selling Bitcoin, but they're looking at other cryptocurrencies that use less energy. Okay, so what does that mean? And I tweeted something here just about is this, again, first of all, altcoins, and I've been saying this for weeks and weeks, altcoins are going to become more and more dominant. But if we would ever see Bitcoin get flipped, guys, this is a scenario. Again, I'm not saying I want this to happen. I'm not saying I don't want it to happen. All I'm saying is this is what it's screaming to me. What it looks like is this is a setup for an opportunity. Whichever crypto you're a fan of, I'm sure I'm going to get comments when I say this about this will be the crypto that does it, or this will be the crypto. I'm not saying any crypto, but all I'm saying is this is an opportunity for other cryptos to take a mainstream stage, because this environmental concern with Bitcoin is pretty bogus. It's kind of BS. However, there are other cryptocurrencies using proof of stake that do not harm the environment as much as Bitcoin. Again, it's kind of silly even saying that, because Bitcoin does less damage to the environment than pretty much every other industry. So it's just a silly argument in general. But this, I think, is going to be an opportunity for maybe 1, 2, maybe multiple crypto projects to really start to shine here. And again, I'm not saying I want that to happen, and I'm not saying I don't want it to happen. All I'm saying is that's exactly what makes sense to me that is going to happen now, whether we like it or not. I just see it heading in that direction. okay? But it also could do the opposite. Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank has been talking about how he wants to, set up mining for Bitcoin to make it, he calls it like blood mining or something. So he also wants to kind of have more control over where the mining is done for Bitcoin or how the mining is done. So potentially Elon Musk is getting involved in that way as well, and this is his way of doing it, which is my point of saying maybe this could be turned into a positive in the future by Elon himself. Again, either way, I don't personally like the fact that a single person has so much control over cryptocurrency and the price and the market in general. He's one of the richest men in the world. Him and Bezos flip-flop. But it kind of goes against decentralization. When we have one person that can send out a single tweet and affect the entire crypto ecosystem, let's be honest, guys, that's not what crypto is about, and it's just not good. So the further we can get away from that, the better. And again, I think we should obviously stop worshiping billionaires. I think we should stop worshiping anyone. It is not good to have a single person leading anything, okay? Again, that kind of just goes against the whole point of decentralization. But basically, my point is there is a lot going on now, and I suspect there's going to be other news coming out long after I post this video. There's probably going to be more breaking news throughout the next couple of days. People are taking their opportunity to kind of try to crash the market, and this is exciting because now we get to see just how strong the cryptocurrency market is right now. Bitcoin's around 48, Ethereum's under 36, it was actually set a new all-time high above $2 today, so that's amazing. But yeah, as a whole, the entire cryptocurrency market is obviously being affected by this drawdown. Again, it's unpredictable. Nobody can predict that Elon Musk is about to all of a sudden change his mind and say that they're going to stop accepting Bitcoin payments after just announcing they were going to accept them. So again, that's a type of not black swan event, but I mean, in terms of how much it affects the price, it kind of is a black swan event. Guys, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. Make sure you get a hardware wallet to protect your crypto. There's some bonuses there, some bonuses for trading, some bonuses for TA. But without any further ado, that's for me. Bye bye.